the mind sinking into the being. Losing its sense of separation. It's not a long process. In fact, mind has never been separate from the being. But it seems to have traveled. It appears to have traveled far away from its inherent nature. Through thoughts and perceptions. So if it seems to have traveled far away from its inherent nature through thoughts and perceptions, then the seeming journey has to be unmediated by thoughts and perceptions. By default, the inherent nature is prior to thoughts and perceptions. How far is that? Is it just behind the mind, prior to the mind, the inherent nature, the essence of the mind? In the beginning, it appears to be just behind the mind. Just prior to thoughts and sensations and perceptions. That's why it's a very potent question to ask. Who am I that is aware of the experience of thoughts and perceptions? Because the one who's aware must be prior to what he's aware of. So step back and see just behind any image, any thought, any perception. What is this? Or rather, who is it that is aware? It can't be the body, as this bundle of sensations itself is observed. It can't be an image, as image is observed. Can't be a thought or a perception like sight, sound, touch, taste, smell. It is all observed. What is it that's aware of this experience? Itself is not this temporary experience. Mind goes blank. It is here when it meets that blank state that mind has three options. It's not like it has three options, but these are one of the three things that can happen. Either it will fall asleep, will find it boring. Or it would want to go into the past or be seduced by the future. All imaginations. The mind just needs to take one more simple step. Go behind that blank state, because that's also a state of mind. Just behind it, there's luminous emptiness, not dark emptiness, but luminous emptiness. Empty because it's full of love, full of itself. There are no divisions, no image to like or dislike, no thoughts to prefer or resist. Just pure, silent, luminous emptiness. In other words, fullness. Mind is now not separate from pure being, from pure awareness anymore. It needs no enticing images or seductive thoughts. Or exciting perceptions. Just pure luminosity of the pure being. No language, and hence no descriptions and no thoughts. No forms, and hence no perceptions. Or in other words, no perceptions, and hence no forms. No names. The pure being can only be love. Absence of duality. It's just behind that blank emptiness that the mind perceives as absence of objects. Like thoughts, images, perceptions. Just behind it. It's like the screen is just behind the screensaver. So mind's interpretation of dark, objectless, blank emptiness is the screensaver. Just behind it is the screen. Luminous, shining with its own brilliance. Needing no images, needing no language, needing nothing to be itself. There's no me. There's no you. Just pure consciousness. Pure silence. Oh, the mind tastes the luminosity of the pure awareness. Less and less it's attracted by images, language, movements of sensation. But residing in the silence of the being. Being one with it. completely immersed in this undivided, formless, pure love of this pure being. So that when it appears to step out, to take the form of language, images, words, actions, it's infused with the undivided, formless, languageless silence and peace. Words, actions are simply a manifestation of this undisturbable peace. Now, mind wants to stay more and more in the pure presence of this formless being. And step out or appear to step out only when needed. In service of this infinite, eternal, pure consciousness, God Himself. God is not a big word for the mind anymore. Not some distant experience. God is truth and God is love. It's a natural, normal experience to be love, to be peace. It's not an extraordinary experience reserved for a selected few after many, many hours of meditation. It's a natural state and the inherent nature of all minds. And the source is one. And that source is living. And the oxygen and life-giving force for these instrument minds. Actually, mind never steps away from pure consciousness, never leaves pure consciousness, that is, never leaves the heart of God, the home. For the mind is the heart of God. Mother is not an extraordinary experience for the child. It's the most natural, most normal, most ordinary experience. So the first belief that melts as the mind dissolves in love of the Supreme Mother is this belief that God is accessible only after thousands of hours and years of effort making. And penance and hard work that one will find God. But then really just seen in a very simple way to know oneself beyond one's thoughts or prior to one's thoughts, feelings, sensations, and perceptions. God is ever present, not always present in time, but ever present now. Mother is always present for the child. It's not such a big thing. It's the most natural experience, the most normal experience. Living in the lap of the mother, never leaving. The home, which is the heart of the mother. It's impossible. In fact, child can't exist without the mother. So this incorporeal mind lives in the heart of the Supreme, never leaves that heart, seems to and appears to leave this beautiful sanctuary of Mother's heart only in its dream. It appears to travel through the thought and perception in the world of dreams. And when the mother sees, okay, now it's time to wake up the child, because it seems to be suffering the dream, gently whispers a divine whisper. Time to wake up. It's the grace and the love of the mother that wakes up the mind. To only find out that it's not separate from the mother. It's always been one with its mother. silence.